Hey guys, welcome back to another video where today we're going to be predicting the scores of game week 34 of this 2023-2024 Premier League season. Last week I had an absolute stinker. I think we did two, Nathan. Both Liverpool and Arsenal unable to score. But I will tell you this. Top scorer in the Superbru Predictions League for game week 33 was Mark. Yeah, that's right. Just Mark, coming away with 14 points and 3 perfect scores. Closely followed by Vercon and GKK 4-7-4. But it is on to game week 34. We've got 13 matches to predict this game week because it is the FA Cup semi-finals on the weekend.
Okay, so starting off with the Saturdays, actually starting at 3 o'clock for a change, which, well, it's a welcome change, isn't it? Luton against Brentford. Now, Luton really need to pick up some momentum, don't they? Forest are dropping down the table with their points deductions. Everton are in diabolical form with their points deductions, so now's the time to make an impact. Brentford, they're basically going to be on the beach at the moment. However, they're not fully out of the neck of the woods yet and have been on an all-right run of form. But I don't know why, I can see Luton coming away with something at home, so I'm going to go 2-1.
2-1. Yeah, I think Brentford will score one goal in this one, but I think Luton will as well. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in this one. Luton, while they've been easy-ish on the eye, they're not pulling out the results. Apart from that home victory against Bournemouth, they could repeat that scoreline here. Although Brentford, I've been kind of impressed with recently. They got that excellent win against Sheffield United at home last week, where Sheffield United, they're struggling big time themselves, fighting for their lives. But I think this one will end up in a draw. Next up, we've got Sheffield United coming up against Burnley. Sheffield United currently bottom of the table, as we said. Burnley just the one position above them. They're not going to get, well, you couldn't say they're going to get an easier game this season, but against a team who is struggling. So this is a massive 6-pointer. If Sheffield United lose this one, they're pretty much down for me.
Mathematically, they might be.
Yeah. For me, though, I think Burnley, the way they've been playing recently, they've been a bit, probably the form of the season for them. So I am going to go for an away win at Bramall Lane for Burnley. I'm going to go for a 2-1 away scoreline.
Yeah, so really with it, Sheffield United, both teams have been grinding out results there, which they did not do at the start of the season. However, I've just been a bit more impressed with Burnley. Sheffield United, while they are getting the odd draw here and there, it's against teams around them, to be honest. And when they're playing a team quite high in the table, they're getting absolutely smashed at the moment. Burnley, well, apart from Chelsea, who've been absolutely diabolical at times. Burnley, even with some of the games they've been playing, they've been grinding out good results and playing okay football. So I'm going to go a solid 2-0 away victory to the Clarets in this one. Anyway, moving on to 7:30. Cool, that was short-lived to the 3 o'clocks, wasn't it? Wolves coming up against Arsenal. Arsenal in Champions League action again tonight. Really important game for them against Bayern Munich. Wolves have had another rest. They're basically on the beach now at the end of the day. Odd draws here and there, but in a bit messy form. Arsenal, if they want to win the Premier League this season, they're going to want to really turn the Jets on, especially when Man City are back on the pitch. So let's go 3-1 to the Gunners.
3-1, yeah. I think Arsenal will need some sort of response after losing at home against Aston Villa 2-0 on Sunday. They're in Champions League action this evening against Bayern Munich. With Wolves, who knows with Wolves, but Arsenal, for me, 1-0 victory. We then move on to the first of the Sunday fixtures, where we've got Everton coming up against Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest, 17th in the league, points deductions as well. No one win in their last 6 matches, which was against Fulham. A draw against Wolves, which was fairly decent.
I think they've been unlucky in some games.
Yeah, they should have really grounded the 3 points in that match against Wolves. Coming up against an Everton side who were absolutely smashed by Cole Palmer and Chelsea on Monday evening. They want to bounce back, especially when you've got the likes of Sean Dyche on the touchline. So he's going to be pretty angry. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
Interesting, obviously we've got Sean Dyche there, and this is such an important game for both sides because Everton are going to be sucked into it if they lose. And to be honest, Forest have been alright, haven't they? And from what I watched the whole of that game between Everton and Chelsea, and I was not impressed at all by them. So I know Chelsea have been in decent form, but no, 2-0 Forest. Moving on to a 3 o'clock on a Sunday, very bizarre. Aston Villa up against Bournemouth. Aston Villa in Conference League action this week, whereas Bournemouth, they get that little bit of an extra rest. That'll give the advantage there. Bournemouth are in good run of form, but with Tottenham stumbling, Villa need to really turn on the jets. I think they have the squad depth to do it, unlike previous squads in recent years gone by. So yeah, let's go 3-1 Aston Villa.
Yeah, even though they're in Conference League action, they'll be full of confidence after that away victory against Arsenal on the weekend, especially with Tottenham kind of breathing down their necks. But Spurs absolutely smashed by Newcastle in the end.
Yeah.
So Spurs aren't actually playing in this game week, so that's kind of advantage Villa. So for me in this one, I'm going to go for exactly the same as you, Nathan, 3-1 to the Villains. Then we've got Crystal Palace coming up against West Ham United. Crystal Palace, 3 points at Anfield.
Impressive.
Liverpool had so many chances. Crystal Palace defensively were excellent, and they could have come away with a couple of goals themselves.
Robertson Clearance,
and Alisson on the line as well. From Matete was mind-boggling. West Ham United seems to so unpredictable at the moment. I think they're in Conference League as well, aren't they? On Thursday, in 8th position, just the one win in their last 6 matches, which was against Wolves away. In this one, I'm going to give it to Palace. I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory in this all South London, East London affair.
Yeah, West Ham were obviously up against Bayer Leverkusen, aren't they? In the Europa League, they're obviously unbeaten and have just won the Bundesliga, so they're probably going to dip out of Europe at this point. And if they want to be in European football next season, they've really got to put the pressure on Man United, haven't they? Need to get some wins, but with the way that Palace have been playing recently, got to give it as a 1-1 draw. Anyway, moving on, Fulham up against Liverpool. Now, Liverpool, what on earth happened? Just could not score for the life of them. Fulham, a team that is on the beach, aren't they? But they are picking up the odd surprise victory against West Ham. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're terrible. Liverpool need to get a win here, so let's go 2-1.
2-1 to Liverpool, yeah. I think Liverpool score a couple of goals. Yeah. I don't think they'll concede in this fixture, though. Yeah, Fulham, blow hot and cold, unpredictable. You never know, though.
Yeah.
Liverpool, though, after that defeat against Crystal Palace, they cannot afford to lose any more matches, or their ambitions of getting the Premier League title back to Anfield will be gone. So they have to win this match. I think they will 2-0. We then move on to the Tuesday fixtures, where Arsenal take on Chelsea. So Arsenal playing a lot of football, aren't they? Whether they got the total top quality, though, remains to be seen. Currently in 2nd position. That defeat against Aston Villa was a real bit of blow. Taking on Chelsea side, an excellent victory. Haven't actually lost in their last 6 matches, Chelsea.
It's a decent run of form where they are in the league.
And I'm tempted to change my prediction here, but I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm going to go for a 4-1 thumping of Chelsea, so 4-1 to the Gunners.
That's the thing with Chelsea, though, is they've just been grinding out results. While they're getting the points in, the performances have been a bit 50-50, haven't they? Everton is the outlier there, but Man United they could have easily lost. Newcastle they could have easily lost. Burnley they could have easily lost. Sheffield United,
a lot of goals
they could have easily
Everton
lost.
Match.
They absolutely are. I was thinking of even putting the amount of goals they're giving to Arsenal up, but yeah, let's go 2-1 and stay on the fence a little bit. Moving on to Wednesday, Wolves up against Bournemouth. Basically 2 teams that are on the beach at this point. Will they cancel each other out? Probably Bournemouth more likely to win this one, but yeah, they love a draw, both of these sides, so let's go 1-1.
1-1, yeah, this one's a tight one. A toss of a coin, but Wolves at home. Okay, Solanke's been amazing this season in front of goal, but I am going to favour the home side 2-1. We then move on to Crystal Palace taking on Newcastle. Newcastle with that excellent victory last time out against Spurs. That was a follow-up to that away win against Fulham as well. So 5 goals scored, 0 against. I think they're going to keep another clean sheet here, and I'm going to go for a 2-0 away victory to the Magpies.
Interesting. Yeah, I want to give it to Newcastle again just because of the way they've been playing, but Palace just like to pop up randomly with points.
Who knows with Palace?
Newcastle in London as well is another thing you've got to look at. So let's go Desmond's 2-2. That's going to really hinder them. Anyway, moving on. We've got a Merseyside derby midweek. How bizarre is that, isn't it? Everton up against Liverpool. Liverpool need to push for the title, otherwise their season's going to be as credible as Swansea's in 2012-13, and net just the one trophy. So yeah, let's go 4-0 Liverpool.
4-0.
Destroy them.
Yeah, I think Liverpool will win this one at a canter.
At this point, the camera failed, so had to switch.
It is at Anfield, so I fully expect Liverpool to win this one. 3-0. Next up, we got Manchester United taking on Sheffield United. This is going to be another Man United win here. Sheffield United, bottom of the table. Man United, they're in FA Cup action against Coventry on Sunday. Playing here on Wednesday evening. I think they will just have too much. Even though they haven't had a great season, but I'm going to go for a 1-0 narrow scoreline to the Red Devils.
Yeah, this is Man United's getting written all over it. At the end of the day, where you look at where Newcastle are, you got West Ham and Chelsea breathing down their necks, even with Chelsea in good form. Yeah, they got to get some points on the board, so easiest way to do it, 3-0. And finally, Thursday night next week, what a bizarre fixture time. Brighton up against Man City. Man City got Champions League, then they got FA Cup semi-final. Brighton have got that a bit of extended break, haven't they? Which is going to play into their factor. It's going to have effect a little bit, but Manchester City should just have enough, and they're back on their perch, aren't they? Just overtaking Arsenal and Liverpool, who have been in poor form. So yeah, 2-1.
Yeah, well, Brighton defensively can be shocking.
Yeah.
Manchester City, best offensive record in the division. Brighton have conceded, 50 goals this season. Only one winner for me is just how many goals Manchester City can score. I think they'll score 4. However, that Man City defence is a little bit susceptible at times, so I think Brighton at home will get a goal, but ultimately can see the Citizens winning this one 4-1. Those are our predictions for the massive double game week, as they say in fantasy football terms, for game week 34. Make sure you leave your predictions over at the Superbru website. Nathan, this weekend we're at a championship match, of course. It's Cardiff City against Southampton, who have joined a 4-horse race now.
I know,
for the
probably
championship.
another loss for us, isn't it? But yeah, they're all on the beach, so we'll channel link in the description below.
And there will be a vlog, I presume. Fantastic. Remember to leave your predictions as usual. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you all in the next video.
6 shots, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy. Don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking